Devotional music is a very easy way to connect with God. And it is said one who connects through prayer attracts all the cosmic forces, making them favorable towards you. For example, you all may be aware, Arjuna, when he had to fight the battle, he aligned with Lord Krishna. Then Lord Shiva gave him one weapon. Anybody knows the name of the weapon? It's called Pashupatastra. And Indra gave horses for his chariot. Agni gave the chariot. Like this, different people gave different things to him. So when you align with Lord through prayer, you will wonder how multiple people and multiple forces become favorable to you, and everything happens as if it's magical. So, when we pray, we have to withdraw our diffused mind from all other anxieties and worries and bring it all in a very focused way in attentively hearing the prayer. Okay? So when I sing one mantra, you all will hear me. When I stop, then you will sing after me. Okay? It's written there? Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. It's like faster, faster. हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So I have been hearing that many of you have been regularly coming for these classes. And you have been attending many sessions till now. Probably 5 or 6 sessions, is it?
Yeah, 6.
Today we will discuss on a very interesting theme, very pertinent to our everyday life, but at the same time in relation to God. Often people think that God is very far away and our life in this world is much different. And there seems to be a very big gap between God and the soul. But what you are going to hear today and consider and discuss, you will understand how easily approachable He is when we approach the Lord with a proper attitude. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshugavannmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The Supreme Truth is defined by 3 very special characteristics called as Paramatattva, Sarvashaktiman and Akila Rasamrita Murti. These are Sanskrit terms. Don't be shocked by these technical terms, but you will find them very easy to understand. Paramatattva means, in this world, every truth has a cause. And that cause may have another cause. For example, you have a table and chair here. The cause of this table and chair is a tree. And the tree, where did it come from? The cause of the tree is a seed. Where did the seed come from? The seed came from the previous tree. And where did the previous tree come from? It came from another seed. In this way you can go on building further and further. Ultimately there has to be the original seed from which everything has come. Like I drink a glass of milk. Very wonderful. As soon as I drink the milk, I remember the cow. So cow gave me the milk. But how did she give the milk? By eating grass. How did she eat the grass? How did the grass grow? By the rain shower. How did the rain shower come? From the clouds. How did the clouds form? From the evaporation of the water from the ocean. So who evaporated the water? The sun. So who put the sun there in the sky to do all this work? Yat chakshuresha savita sakala grahanam raja samasta suramurti rashesha tejaha yasya gnaya brahmati sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Yasya gnaya, it is said. By the order of the Supreme Lord, who can be called by many names, one of his names is Govinda. By his order, the sun is moving from the eastern horizon to the western side. By his order, the wind is blowing. By his order, the rains are showering. By his order, the crops are growing and the grains are fructifying and the flowers are blossoming, fruits are ripening. Everything is happening in the nature by his order. So we all know that in this world, we see this phenomenon happening, but we are not making them happen. We are mere witness of these things. You all agree? We are just witnessing, watching these things. So He is making it happen. For what purpose? He is actually providing all these things for us. We need sunlight. We need moonlight. We need the wind. We need the rain shower. We need the fruits. We need the cereals and everything. It is His kindness that He is providing everything. We are like children, we are in the receiving end. So He is called as the Parama Tattva, which means He is the cause of all causes. Anything you take in this world, you go back, ultimately you will come to Him. That's called Parama Tattva. This is one of the definitions of the absolute truth. He is the cause of all causes. There is no cause for Him. People sometimes ask me, you always say Krishna, Krishna. Who created Krishna? See, there is a time domain in which we all are existing. And outside the time domain, if you exist, you will not change at all. You will exist forever. And God exists in that domain. Outside the continuum in which we all are put in. Just like you can see an aquarium where the fishes are moving beautifully. You are watching it from outside and they are all inside. Like that, God is watching this world which is moving within the force of time, but He is watching beyond time. So beyond time there is eternity. You can read Einstein's dilation theory. He says, what to speak of outside the world? Even if you go, away from the earth, up, the time, what happens to time? Einstein explains. Like what the Vedas say, the same thing he says. If you go to heavenly planets, 6 months of our earthly years is equal to 1 day there. Another 6 months is equal to 1 night there. And if you go further away, 1 moment in Satyaloka is equal to 1 year. Like this. So when you go outside this universe, then the time practically stops. That's called eternity, we call it. So God exists there. So He has no cause. And He is the cause of all causes. This is the first thing. Second thing is called Sarva Shaktiman. Like a scientist puts a Sputnik in orbit and watches it and controls it from a control room. Like that, He has put innumerable planets in orbit in this world. And He is controlling them by His power. Just like one of you here can have a drone camera, and the drone camera can be flying all inside the room everywhere, but control is in your hands. Similarly, Lord has put innumerable planets here floating, but control is in His hands. That's called Sarva Shaktiman. Just like in a train which is speeding fastly, the engine is the controller ultimately. All the bogies are all controlled by the engine. If they are cut off from the engine, they would be stagnated in one place. They won't budge an inch. When the engine pulls, then the bogies move. Similarly, in this world, you can see everything moving. The sun is moving from east to west, moon is rising, wind is blowing, crops are growing, flowers are blossoming, fruits are ripening. So many changes are happening in this world. We are all witnessing these changes. Just like, for example, if you take a paper and put some iron filings and you move a magnet behind, everything will move in the top. People wonder how these things are moving because there's a magnet moving it, which is not visible to our eyes. Similarly, Lord is the magnet who is moving everything. We are only seeing the movements here. But who is moving it? That one has to see. That's very important. That's why it's called Sarva Shaktiman. So, the example is given of a potter who makes tall pots or short pots or plates, all of mud. But how does he make it? Any of you have seen how a potter makes these different shapes of items? Anybody has a clue? You've seen it or you heard it? How does it do it? Yeah, yes? Yeah, he takes the mud. With the mud, what does he do with the mud? Of course, he has to add the water to the mud. And then, yeah, what does he do? Spinning, exactly. He has a wheel. Yeah, there's a potter's wheel in which he will use the hand like this and then he'll make different shapes of pots. Some are short, some are tall, some are flat. And then he keeps it all for drying. In the sides he keeps it. And then say he goes for lunch, to eat lunch. When he comes, before he comes, somebody else comes in between and says, one student says, oh, all these items which I made, they came from the wheel. Is it true or not? They came from the wheel? They came from the wheel, correct? No? They came from the wheel. And if the student says that the wheel has produced all these items, is it correct? Is it correct or not? What do you think? No? What is missing in that understanding?
The role of potter.
The role of the potter. Is it not true? It is true that the potter used the wheel to make those parts. The wheel is the instrument with which the potter made the parts. But the wheel alone cannot make the parts on its own. It requires someone to use the wheel to make the parts. For example, one of you students here, you play a guitar very nicely. The other students, will they appreciate the guitar or the guitar player? Yeah? How many of you will appreciate the guitar player? Okay. How many of you will appreciate only the guitar? Anybody here? No. Similarly, the wheel is the instrument and the Lord is like a guitar player. He uses the instrument to make all these wonderful things in this world. But we find that modern day education talks a lot about the wheel and the parts. It doesn't talk about the maker of the parts. You understand the point? So in these classes which you come to attend, you will learn about the maker of the parts, which is very important. Although he is not immediately visible, just like a potter has gone for his lunch or something, that doesn't mean the wheel can make parts on its own. There is not a single machine under the sun you can show me which functions on its own. In thermodynamics law 2, there is something called as a PMM. You must have studied, perpetual motion machine. That is simply a hypothetical machine. There is no such machine existing. Show me one machine which functions on its own. These tube lights didn't get on their own. Sometimes when you walk up a staircase, lights are on immediately. That is because of the sensor, correct no? If the sensors were not, pre-arrangement is not made, will the lights go on automatically? No, isn't it? So you will always see that a living spirit has to interact with the machine to make something happen. Otherwise, a machine cannot function on its own. There is not a single machine in this creation. In Massachusetts, they made this robots of soldiers. The finger movements, wrist movements, shoulder movements, hip movements, everything is made now exactly like a humanoid. They prepared the humanoid. They thought that instead of men going for the battle, let the robots go to the battle. We can save lives. They thought like that. Let us make thousands of such robots and send them to the battlefield. And they can actually walk through the fire. They can go through the jungle. They have no fear of lions or tigers also. They can go anywhere. They thought it's a very brilliant idea. At last they found that there was one problem with the robots, soldiers. If the enemies hack the robots, then the robots will be loyal to us or the enemies? Enemies. The robot doesn't have any loyalty. Whoever gets its control, it will be controlled. That goes to show that it is a dead machine, that's all. On the contrary, if a soldier of a particular country is caught by the neighborhood country to get some truth out, he will immediately drink cyanide and on the spot quit his life. Because for him to prevent the secrets of the country is more important than life itself. Therefore, you will see the awareness that is arising due to the presence of the soul is not there in a dead machine. A machine cannot function on its own. So in this world, there are innumerable machines functioning in a very complicated manner. Behind it all, there is Supreme Lord. That's the main point. So Sarva Shaktiman, that's the second thing. So I told you, Parama Tattva, cause of all causes, Sarva Shaktiman, one who is filled with lot of potencies and powers by which he creates and maintains this world. But more importantly than these two things is a third thing, which is called as Akila Rasamrita Murti, which means he is not a person who is behind the clouds hurling down thunderbolts and punishing the evil. That is not his job. He has got many assistants to do that. Many religions wrongly think that God is just a punisher of the evil. Actually, far beyond that, the Lord is reciprocator of love with all his living beings. The supreme reciprocator of love. He has no other business. His main business is to exchange pure love with his own living beings. You see, to give you a clue about what I am saying, I will describe a pastime from Vrindavan briefly for you. In Vrindavan is a place which is spiritual abode where Lord, whom we call as Krishna, you call him as whatever name you want. You call him Allah, you call him Yahweh, you call him Krishna, Rama. But we are talking about the capital God. There is one Supreme Being. That Supreme Being is the center or the pivotal personality in the spiritual realm. So when the sun is hot, then all the living beings, they immediately get geared to please the Lord. So the wind is thinking, oh, let me go and blow around the Lord so that he feels very comfortable. So then when the wind is blowing, there is Yamuna river flowing. Yamuna says, oh wind, are you going to serve Krishna? Please take some water droplets from me. He says. So he picks up the water droplets. Then as he is moving further, the garden, flowers, which are very fragrant and colorful, beautiful, they ask him, if you are going to Lord, can you please pick up some of my fragrance and take it along with you? So they offer their fragrance. So then the wind goes to the Govardhan hill, where Lord Krishna and his friends and cows and calves, they are all standing at the top of the hill. Although the sun is hot, when this wind moves around him, everybody feels that beautiful effect of the wind and fragrance and everything, and the Lord feels very happy. So you will see that everybody is joining hands to serve that one Supreme. Seeing this, the clouds which were in the far ends of the sky, they thought, what are we doing? Let us also do some service. So they started migrating gradually towards Vrindavan, and they formed a beautiful umbrella over the Lord and giving him shade, and then it started drizzling also. How many of you enjoyed drizzling? You see, when I used to be schoolboy, we used to play in the drizzling rain. Mother would shout from inside, come inside, you will get sneezing otherwise. We would often tell her, we are coming, we would never go inside. Just enjoy, dancing in the drizzling water. So, Lord and the devotees felt very happy with the drizzling droplets of rain. It was like small flowers falling from the sky. So in this way, everybody, the clouds were very happy that we are giving shade to the Lord. We are offering some drizzling waters. We are making him feel pleasant. And the wind thought I could offer some little service of, pacifying the heat of the summer, beating the heat of the summer. So I just told you a little pastime from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. How everybody is joyful in the spiritual world. They are non-envious. Like for example, when the Lord appreciated the wind, the Yamuna who gave water never asked, what is this? I supplied some water droplets, my name did not come. Why only wind is appreciated? Nor did the flowers ask, what about my fragrance? If my name is not going to come, I'll withdraw my fragrance. He didn't say that. You can see that in Vrindavan, everybody is concerned about pleasing the Lord and not about promoting themselves. They like to stay behind and enjoy serving. This is in Sanskrit, this is called as Tat Sukhi Sukitvam. They are pleased by pleasing the Lord. How do we understand this? Let me give you an example. Let me ask you a question. Say a mother has a small baby. In America, one lady, husband was going for the job. So she was telling she also had to go for the job. Sometimes a family situation is such that both have to go for the job. And she had a small baby, which was a 6 months old baby. So she appointed a servant maid. Now she was saying that when she goes to the office, from the office through the camera, she checks whether the servant maid is doing her job properly, taking care of the child. Now I would like to hear from all of you, at least 5 differences I know. When I heard that family, they said the difference between mother nursing her baby and a servant maid nursing the child. Who can tell me difference? At least 1 or 2 differences. Let us hear from you. Anybody? Yes, one difference.
The attention that a mother would give to the child will be very intensive as compared to a maid who is just in for a money.
Correct. The mother is going to be very attentive in taking care of all the fine details. But servant maid may not be so attentive because her attention is on the money that she receives as a salary monthly. She may sometimes forget some important things to be done for the child also. Unless the child cries and demands, she may not be so attentive. Very good, thank you. Anything else? Yes?
The emotional exposure of the mother is like far more than that.
Exactly. Which means, what's your good name?
Navras.
Navran?
Navras.
Navra?
Navras.
Navras. So Navras was telling that the mother serves with love, with emotion, whereas the servant maid serves as a duty. I'm supposed to care for the child because I am receiving a salary. Whereas the mother serves with love, affection and love. Very good. Any other difference? Think about it. There are more differences, yeah?
The mother is the creator of that baby. So that adds to like the love and everything.
Correct. And he is saying that because the mother has begotten the baby, she naturally has a very strong connection and affection for the child, whereas servant maid is actually looking for a job. Imagine in this house, they give her monthly, say, $2,000, and somebody else is ready to pay $3,000 for their baby, then she will stop the service and go there. Because she has no connection to the baby. Her connection is to the salary, correct, no? Whereas the mother, she doesn't receive any salary. She simply delights in seeing the child pleased. She just wants to see that she is concerned about taking care of the child, pleasing the child. That doesn't expect anything. Thank you. Yeah.
Most important thing is that the mother has given birth to the child, so she understands what the requirements of the child at each and every juncture. Like she understands when the child is in a particular state of mind, what mood it's in,
Yes.
what we're supposed to do at certain points of the day,
Correct.
and what is the emotional and physical condition of the child.
Correct. That means she understands the finer things about the child. Like he was telling about child, because she's involved emotionally with the child. So otherwise the servant maids, they just do their job. For them it's just a job. She will not sacrifice or extend. Say for example, the child is getting up at midnight. Kwa, 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 kwa. He starts crying in the middle of the night. Servant maid may put on the light and she may say, oh, this is such a nuisance. The child is spoiling my sleep. She may think like that. Whereas the mother doesn't consider it nuisance. She happily changes the diaper and attends to the child. Is it not true? She is ready to sacrifice because she knows the needs of the child, emotions of the child. So now you all understand a very clear-cut difference between the two. Now keep this example in your mind. And now I am going to talk about 4 ways in which people approach God. And towards the end I am going to refer back to this discussion which we did just now. I'll come back to this. You will find in many religions across the world, people approach God in the beginning stage or very primitive stage or preliminary stage out of fear. The fear that if you don't go to temple and pray to God, you may suffer from poverty, or you may suffer some disease, you may suffer some pain, or you may have to go to hell. When people will feel like that. That's a beginning of religion. Therefore it is said, the beginning of religion is fear and the end of religion is love, it is said. So fear is not a very great motivator. In some countries, they may have stringent rules that, for example, the women cover their body completely with a certain type of cloth, and the men have to treat them very respectfully, which is a very nice thing. Men treating women respectfully is good. But although that rule is there, if any man mistreats a woman, he is brought in the middle of the street and stoned to death practically, where severe punishments are given. But that doesn't mean the men will not do anything wrong. They go to the neighborhood country and do whatever they want and come back. So the fear is not a very great motivator. Fear is a very low motivator in worshipping God. And if you tell people that if you don't surrender to God, you will have to go to hell. Some fearsome people or timid people may agree to surrender. But thinking people, rational people, they think, oh, is that the kind of God who We demand surrender to him, otherwise he will send us to hell. What kind of God is that? So it doesn't arouse any kind of affectionate feeling for that Supreme. So this is fear. And above fear is desire. People, this is the most common thing in the entire world. 95% of the world population, those who say they are religious, they go to temples or churches or mosques with one main goal to show the list of items they want from God. That's what they go for. Like in South India, once I went to a temple, in one of the pillars there was a murti of Hanuman. And Hanuman, they put butter on his body, kumkum and everything. So one man was circumambulating that pillar 108 times. I thought he was very devoted. At last he bowed down. I wanted to hear what is the prayer he is going to make. He folded palms, very fervently prayed, "Oh Maruti, please give me a Maruti car." He was praying. So when I saw that, I was laughing. I said, "Hey, you are asking Maruti for a Maruti car. You should ask for Rama Bhakti. Bhakti to Lord Ram. Because Hanuman is a great devotee of Rama." So people everywhere, people have, like in my convent days, I was studying in a convent school, we used to offer a prayer daily morning. "O Lord, hallowed be thy name, give us our daily bread." We used to pray, every morning it is. See, going to God and asking for the daily bread is far superior to atheism. They deserve to be applauded for their dependence on God and worship of God. At the same time, going and asking for bread for God is not the greatest religion. The reason being, because God gives bread to atheists also. You will see that. God is such a kind God, you talk against him, talk ill of him, still he gives you bread. That is his kindness. Because a mother, sometimes a child may slap a mother or kick a mother. That doesn't mean the mother will throw away the child. The mother still feeds the child. Because she knows our child is after all a child. So, a devotee of God doesn't seek anything from God. The reason being, let us think, for example, take a small child. If cold winter is coming, will the child have to worry about the sweater or the parents will worry about sweater? What do you think? Parents take care, isn't it? If it is getting hot, they will arrange for an air conditioner. If it is getting cold, they will arrange for a sweater. The child has to go to school with some uniform, they will arrange the uniform. Child needs shoes, they will get the shoes. Parents will take care. Similarly, a devotee of God has a firm faith that whatever I need is well known to Lord. I don't have to ask what I need. I only have to focus on reviving my forgotten relationship with the Lord through love. Devotee understands it. Therefore, the desire is the second motivator. Higher than desire is a duty. Duty means, okay, God is like a father who is supplying all the goods. I just thank him, go to the temple and salute him and thank him and go back. That's a very formal relationship. But beyond duty is the fourth platform called love. The platform of love is the purest platform, where there is no other strings attached, no other agenda. That's the purest platform. Let me give you an example, you will appreciate this point. If somebody comes to you and tells you, "Oh, you look very cute in this dress," or "Your hairstyle is very beautiful," "You look very handsome," and then they tell you, "Can you please give me $10,000, I have to pay to college fee," or something like that. You will say that, "Oh, is this why you praised me?" Next time they come to praise you, you will ask, "What are you going to ask now?" So, anybody who connects with you in a motivated way, you fear them. You are not very comfortable with them. People, anybody asks you a WhatsApp number, immediately ask, "What will you do with that number?" Isn't it? You fear. "Don't harass me." Isn't it? People fear to give the number. So, in the same manner, when people try to dig details about you, why do you fear? Because you know that they may come to you with some ulterior motives and trouble you tomorrow. That means none of us want to connect with anybody in this world who will exploit us, because we all are looking for genuine love. So now let us discuss about genuine love and fake love. Like salesmen are smiling at you so that they can empty your pocket. Isn't it? You can see that there are many people like that. receptionists or salesmen, they may put up externally, we call it as a cardboard face and a plastic smile, we call it. They are trained to do that externally. But with the heart, those who can truly smile at you with no expectations from you, that kind of genuine love is what we are looking for. Say for example, your mother is giving you some item to eat at home. You can just close your eyes and pop it into your mouth. You don't have to worry what it is. Do you all agree? Because mother will never want to harm her child. Whereas when you go out in the market in America, anybody buys anything, the first thing they will see is the tin. What are the contents? Correct? Everybody sees what is there inside. You have to be very careful. Sometimes you purchase something from a food store and you see that it is packed many months ago and it doesn't get deteriorated. A lot of preservatives are put. It's not a fresh item. Because it is remaining as it is, if it goes into your belly, it will remain as it is there also. As it is outside, as it is, it will be as it is inside. So you have to be very careful what you eat. When you go out, when you go to any place and purchase anything and eat, you have to be very careful. But at home, you don't have to worry about it. Whatever your mom gives you, you can close your eyes and eat. Because you have trust. Because it's given with love. Because people outside, like in India for example, in the trains they sell many items. Vendors sell. They sell, hot puri, hot sabji. Yes, it is true, it is hot. But it is 1 week old item. It is heated and supplied now. So then you can see that when people buy and eat it, they get stomachache. So, although he appears to be affectionately supplying you some food, hot food, that is not genuine love. What love it is? It is fake love. So, in the same manner, say for example, if a man and woman marry, what brings them together is very important. For example, there is a sacred marriage where the elders are involved and the boy and girl, when they get married and settled, they have some kind of feeling of obligation to the elders. They stay together even though there are some problems in the family, and they have tolerance, patience and humility, and then they go on. But imagine a marriage where a girl thinks of a boy like an ATM machine. What this fellow can do for me, how big is his pocket, how much he earns, how much resources he has. If she sees like that, and if a boy looks at a woman just for the sake of enjoying her body, and such relationships end very quickly. Nowadays you find people hopping and jumping from one partner to another. This is the main reason. Because the relationship is fake love. They both fake love. The girl may fake love towards the boy in such a manner that he will be willing to release his purse and spend as much money as she wants. Similarly, the boy may fake love towards the girl in order to, he may show off that I have this, I have that, in order to win her heart. So these kind of relations which appear attractive in the beginning, they very soon become, pathetic. Just like you cut an apple and keep it open, after some time it gets oxidized. Or you keep a knife on the table for a week, it gets rusted. Like that, the love and trust, it eventually rusts. You will see that. If one wants a true love that never rusts, that is what we are here talking about, which is genuine love. Genuine love involves sacrifice. Genuine love involves zero motivation, no motivation. Genuine love involves pleasing the beloved. Genuine love is outwardly flowing. It is not expecting anything in return. And such a genuine love is only possible when one learns love of God. Because love God, then love all. Because God is such a person. How do you know He genuinely loves you? There is a saying, God gives, gives, gives and forgives. We get and forget. It is said. You can see everything in His creation is full of love. Look at the sun. Sun is giving you sunshine and we are converting the sunlight into electricity, correct or not? Solar. Are we paying to the sun? Is the sun asking you for electric bill? Hey, here is the bill, give me the charges. See, the clouds are showering rain. Are we paying any money for the potable water that the rain shower gives? When you buy a bottle in a shop, you have to pay for it, isn't it? In India, in Delhi, in Bangalore and such cities, nowadays a new machine has come where you can get fresh air. You put a coin, right there, one puff of air you can get. Even for air you have to pay. Yeah, but in God's creation, you see, there is a saying which says, Paropakaraya bahanti nadya, Paropakaraya duhanti gavva, Paropakaraya phalanti vriksha, Paropakaraya idam shariram. This verse says, the mango tree gives mangoes, doesn't ask any money from you. The clouds give you water, they don't ask any money. The sun gives you sunlight, doesn't ask any money. In God's creation, everything is selfless. We can see Lord's kindness through His creation. Like William Wordsworth sang a poem, millions of daffodils. I saw millions of daffodils. He was very amazed by and put to wonderment when he saw the creation of the Lord. So, in this way, when one learns to appreciate His selflessness, and then one can cultivate a similar selfless attitude in oneself while dealing with other people. Like for example, we people like our Gopal Pran Prabhu and Vaishnav Prabhu, myself, we are all monks. When we go as monks, we don't, our only expectation is that this knowledge is received by the audience and they process it in their minds and they apply it in their lives, become purified, awaken love for God and go back to God. That's our only expectation. We go to many places. We go to schools, we go to colleges, we go to homes, we go to companies. I've been connected to this organization almost 3 decades now. I got introduced in 1991. 1994 I joined, and when I look back, it is so fulfilling and so satisfying, deeply satisfying, because when you go to a person to do some good to the person without any expectation, you cannot explain how much joy you get. This is what we call as fulfillment. You know the Sanskrit word Purohit, you heard it? Purohit means what? Pura means home, Hit means benefit. You go to someone's home to benefit that person. Like we go to some home, we chant some mantras, we sing some kirtans, and then sometimes they give a couple of bananas, somebody gives an apple, somebody may give some money. But we don't have any plan what they are going to give. You don't expect, because we are not going to get anything. We are only going to give. So if one goes with this mindset, if you live your life with this mindset, you will be most happy. One example I'll tell you, Ratan Tata, he wanted to make a 1 lakh rupees car. Many other car industries protested. They said, we are selling it at 5 lakhs and 8 lakhs and 10 lakhs and all, you are going to make it 1 lakh. Add 4 more lakhs and make it a 5 lakh car. That way you will get a lot of profit. They told him. He said, no. There I see many women carrying their children, going in bikes in India. He said, I feel pity for them. How can a husband, wife with 2 children sitting in a bike and go? It can lead to accidents also. So his intention was to benefit the families and make a small mini car which will be affordable even by very poor families. And he did that. And there was a big protest from many businessmen in the market because they thought that their cars won't sell. But his intention was to do some service to the people, you see. Which means even in the field of, industries, if tomorrow you are an entrepreneur, you can do your work with a service mindset. It's quite possible. Like nowadays, they are talking about mining without damaging the environment, isn't it? Because whenever you do business, ethical consideration, moral consideration, and how is it going to influence the world? Is it going to influence positively or negatively? If you think that, then your thought process is very godly. It's a saintly thought process. How do you get that thought process? The more you become connected with that Supreme Lord, who is ocean of love for his part and parcels. From that understanding, we can also become saintly and godly. Now I have 10-12 minutes one video of Sudhama going to meet Krishna, and I will ask you some questions in between. Do we have time for that? 15 minutes?
Long ago, in ancient India, lived kings and queens, handsome princes and beautiful princesses, powerful gods and wicked demons, monsters and rakshasas. Come, let us Let's all go to the world of long, long, long ago. To meet the kings and queens of a land and play with the prince and princesses. Let's marvel at the powerful gods and hear about the Rakshasas. Let's take a trip and sit on a ship and go to the land of long, long ago. Long, long ago. Long, long ago. Long, long ago.
This is the story of Krishna and Sudhama. Krishna and Sudhama studied under the same guru. They spent many years together. During those years, they played together, ate together, studied together. They even played pranks on the other children and hermits in the ashram. Krishna and Sudhama were inseparable. But as all things, good or bad, come to an end, the day came when their education was complete. I am going to miss you, Krishna. So am I, Sudhama. Do you think we will meet again in the near future? I don't know where my fate will take me, but I will never forget our friendship, said Sudhama. Nor will I, Sudhama. There will not be a day that I will not think of you and miss you. And thus, the two friends bid a tearful farewell to each other. Many years passed. Both Krishna and Sudhama were leading their lives in their own way. Krishna became king of Dwarka. He was a good and just king. His subjects loved him, and there was prosperity in his kingdom. But Sudhama's fate did not treat him well enough. Though he was a learned and wise Brahman, he was extremely poor. Krishna married Rukmini, princess of Vidarbha, and lived in a grand palace. He wore rich clothes and ornaments. His palace was made of marble, and he slept on golden beds. He held feasts every day and ate the best of foods. Sudhama, on the other hand, married a poor Brahman girl and lived in a small wooden hut. He wore torn and tattered clothes and slept on the floor. Feasts were a distant dream. Sudhama was lucky if he ate 2 meals a day. Sudhama had 2 children. Many a times Sudhama and his wife would go without food so as to feed their hungry children. Sudhama would tell stories about his childhood with Krishna to his wife and children. You know, Krishna was very naughty as a child. He would always get into trouble. But once he was caught, he would make such an innocent face that the person would forget everything and let him go scot-free. Krishna was also very brave and valiant. He once killed a huge 100-headed snake called Kalya, who had made everybody's life miserable in Gokul. Nothing is impossible when it comes to Krishna. He can perform miracles, he would say. As the days passed, Sudhama's condition worsened. It was becoming difficult for him to get food even for his children. At times, even the children had to go without food. Sudhama and his wife would fill the stomachs of their hungry children with water and put them to sleep. "Oh my Lord, you must do something. I cannot see the children starve anymore," said Sudhama's wife one day. "But what shall I do? I'm trying my best to earn food, but of no avail." "Why don't you go to Krishna? I have heard that he is a very generous king and he never turns away anybody who seeks his help. Besides, you are his best friend." Sudhama was unsure. He had many doubts in his mind. He was so poor and his clothes were tattered. What if the palace guards did not allow him to see Krishna? What if Krishna did not recognize him? After all, so many years had passed. Besides, he was feeling ashamed to approach Krishna for help. But his wife was so desperate that she prodded him. "Why don't you just visit him? Meet him if you can, for the sake of our children. Please, my lord, even if he does not recognize you or help you, at least we will have tried." Sudhama knew he owed it to his wife and children. He decided to put aside all his doubts and go to Dwarka. He would try to seek an audience with Krishna for the sake of his children. The next day, he put on his least torn clothes and prepared to leave for Dwarka. "My lord, Krishna may be king, but you are his childhood friend. Don't you think you should take something for him as a present?" asked his wife. "But what do I have that I can take for somebody like Krishna? He must be used to eating the best food, wearing the best clothes. What can I possibly take that will satisfy him?" said Sudhama. But his wife was persistent. "Whatever it is, you certainly should not meet him empty-handed. I will make some flattened rice. Take it with you. I remember you telling me Krishna loved flattened rice when he was a child." Thus, Sudhama's wife took out the last bit of rice that they had in the house, cooked it with utmost care, and gave it to Sudhama. Sudhama wrapped it up in the best piece of cloth he had and set off on his journey. He walked for many days. He would walk from morning to dusk, rest under a tree for the night, and start walking again the next day. Due to the strains of the journey, he looked tired and frail. His clothes tore further. By the time he reached Dwarka, he was exhausted and looked absolutely tattered. As he entered the city, Sudhama was filled with awe. Looking around, he saw beautiful mansions, people wearing rich clothes, shops laden with goods of all kinds. People were laughing and talking everywhere. The city was a picture of prosperity and contentment. Seeing all this only made Sudhama more painfully aware of his torn clothes, dirty and unwashed body, and sore feet. Fearfully, he approached the palace gates. "Who goes there and what do you want?" One of the guards stopped him. "I want to meet Krishna. My name is Sudhama. I am Krishna's childhood friend," stammered Sudhama fearfully. "Please wait here a moment. I will return shortly," the guard said as he disappeared behind the huge palace gates. Sudhama's mind was filled with anxious thoughts as he waited for the guard to return. Soon he heard the sound of running feet. Sudhama was terrified. The guards must have called other guards to arrest me for calling the great king my friend. "Oh, what will I do now?" he thought fearfully. The next moment, the gates burst open. And to Sudhama's astonishment, he saw Krishna rushing towards him. He was followed by Rukmini and all his courtiers. Krishna ran to him, threw his arms around him, and hugged him in a tight embrace. "Oh, Sudhama, how much I have missed you! Where have you been for so many years?" Krishna started talking excitedly to Sudhama. Sudhama was dumbstruck. He could not say a word. His eyes filled with tears at the way Krishna had received him. But Krishna would not stop talking. He was very excited. Do you remember our days at the Gurukul? Oh, what beautiful days we spent there. And do you remember the way we sneaked off into the forest? He went on and on. Rukmini, do you know who this is? Krishna's wife Rukmini answered. Yes, my lord. You've spoken about your friend 1,000 times. You also used to say that he will surely come to visit you someday. My lord, your friend must be tired. Why don't we take him inside and let him rest a while? You can talk to him all you want after that. Oh yes, please, come in, Sudhama. I was so excited to see you that I totally forgot about anything else, said Krishna. Krishna and Rukmini took Sudhama inside. Sudhama was amazed with the grandeur of the palace. Come, my friend, you must be tired after your journey. Let me wash your tired feet for you. Krishna washed Sudhama's tired and sore feet in a golden basin filled with perfumed water. All the courtiers were filled with amazement and respect for their king. What exemplary friendship! The king is washing the feet of a poor Brahmin. Long live Krishna! They whispered to each other. In the meanwhile, Rukmini arranged for the best food in the palace to be served to Sudhama. All this while, Sudhama had not uttered a word. He was overwhelmed by the way he was received. Suddenly, Krishna looked at the little cloth parcel tied to Sudhama's waist and said, What have you got there? Is that something for me? I am sure you have brought a present for me. Give it to me, Sudhama. No, it is nothing. It's just something, stuttered Sudhama. He was too ashamed to give Krishna his humble gift of flattened rice. But Krishna did not give him a chance to hesitate. He grabbed the cloth pouch and opened it. Oh, Sudhama, you remember that I love flattened rice. How tasty it looks! As Rukmini watched lovingly, Krishna took a handful and put it in his mouth. Excellent! This is the tastiest food I have ever eaten. He ate 2 mouthfuls. As he was about to eat his 3rd mouthful, Rukmini gently stopped him. I think that should be more than enough. Won't you let me taste some? Krishna smiled and gave Rukmini the last mouthful. As Sudhama sat and watched Krishna eat his humble offering, his happiness knew no bounds. He had never imagined that Krishna would be so happy to eat his simple offering. Krishna and Sudhama talked all day. It was the happiest day of Sudhama's life. He was so happy to be with Krishna that he forgot all about why he had come here. Even as it was time to leave, Sudhama did not want to tell Krishna the reason behind his visit. He has given me so much love and respect, how can I ask him for anything more than that? He thought, as he decided not to say anything to Krishna. After spending a few glorious days with Krishna and Rukmini, Sudhama decided it was time for him to go home. My wife and children await me anxiously, Krishna. I must go back to them now. Go if you must, Sudhama, but please visit me again. I will never forget these happy days I have spent with you, he said sadly. As Sudhama took his leave, the whole kingdom came to the city gates to see him off. Sudhama was overcome with happiness and emotion. Only when he neared his village did he realize that he had not brought back any money or food. He thought of his wife and hungry children and was sad. What will I tell them? They must be waiting for me eagerly, he thought. At least I can tell them that Krishna has not forgotten me and how well he received me. He was lost in thought as he approached his house. Suddenly, he looked up and he was amazed by what he saw. Exactly on the place where his old hut stood was a magnificent palace. It was the most beautiful palace he had ever seen. Oh, I must have lost my way. How unmindful I have become. He was just about to turn away when he saw his wife approaching him from the palace. He was dumbstruck when he saw her. She was wearing rich clothes and gold ornaments. His children were playing about nearby. They looked healthy and happy, and they wore rich and wonderful clothes. "Father, Father!" His children rushed towards him. "What has happened? Where did you get these clothes? Where did this palace come from?" he asked his wife in astonishment. "My lord, when you were away, one day suddenly our old hut changed into this magnificent palace, and these clothes, servants, and food appeared out of nowhere. I thought you had met Krishna and he had given you all this." Slowly it dawned upon Sudhama what had happened. He now realized why Krishna had a smile on his face when he ate 2 mouthfuls of flattened rice that he had taken for him. My dear, this is Krishna's miracle. With every mouthful of flattened rice he ate, our house was being blessed with the wealth of the world. Had Rukmini not stopped Krishna from eating the last mouthful, we would have been richer than the god of wealth. That is why the wise Rukmini stopped him from eating the last mouthful. And he told them all what had happened at Dwarka. They were all happy and contented and thanked Krishna from their hearts.
Krishna, Krishna.
Sudhama and his family never went hungry again, and there was not a single day when they did not think of Krishna. Sudhama and his family lived happily ever after.
Okay, how many of you answered this question? There are 4-5 questions, let us see. So, maybe more than one answer correct also, okay? Please find out. We earlier discussed Krishna's. One of you can read this, then it will go faster.
Like the questions, right?
Yeah. I can give this one. Give this.
Krishna is God. And how come he did not even behave as stealing butter from Gopi's home, making pyramid with his sour boy? What is supposed to be well behaved?
Yeah. And you have to find out which answer is correct. Maybe 1 or 2 answers may be correct also. Which one? Krishna enjoys loving relationship with his devotees in the most intimate fashion by such pastimes. Okay. Any other answer? Because when Krishna comes as a child, he can forgive for such acts as we do with children. Actually, why should he be forgiven? You see, all butter in the entire creation belongs to him only. So even when he steals from somebody's home, he is not stealing which belongs to someone else. So everything belongs to him. But he is doing it as a playful behavior in order to please them. Say for example, like 2 devotees went to Vrindavan. So one devotee purchased 2 boxes of Son Papadi. You know Son Papadi, anybody knows? Yeah. So the other devotee was very close friend. He asked, "Hey, I think you are purchasing 2. I think 1 for me, 1 for you, right?" He said. He said, "Who said it's for you?" "It's for my mama," he said. "It's for my uncle," he said. But then after 3-4 days, Yatra got over. Then this other devotee found that 1 box of Son Papadi was in his suitcase. Then he asked this devotee, "Hey, how did it come into my suitcase?" He said, "Hey, that was for you only," he said. "But other day you said it's for your uncle." He said, "Who's my uncle?" "You are my uncle, take it," he said. So in this way, sometimes devotees play mischievously, they behave with their friends, and that sometimes increases their intimacy and affection between them. You understand the point? Similarly, Krishna stealing butter is like that. It's not done, it's not a serious crime that he has to be handed over to police or something. Huh? Yeah. Okay, let us see the second question. Yeah, please read this. Can one of you?
Why would the gopis refer to this force of Krishna broke by hurling stones, not on his feet?
It's B.
Which one?
Answer may be B.
B is correct. Yes. Any other answer? Yeah? Correct. D is also correct. Any other answer? C also, yeah. Answer is BCD. BCD, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, next one.
Nothing is impossible for Krishna to do such as subduing Kaliya snake or lifting over the hill, etc. Why?
A, D, okay, A and D. Any other answer? C also, yeah. It's A, C, D. A, C and D. Yeah, correct. Yes, next one. Please read it.
Why did Sudhama carry flattened rice for Krishna?
Yes? Sudhama's wife remembered Sudhama saying that Krishna loved flattened rice. That's one thing, yeah. Yeah, only B. Only B, yeah. Yes?
Why was Sudhama dumbstruck by the way Krishna received him?
A is correct. B is also correct, yeah. Only A and B. Correct, no? A and B, yeah. Yes?
What does Krishna behavior teach the followers of the behavior for Drona? When Drona, who was Guru, saw that visited their palace?
Oh, you all know Drupada and Drona? This works, huh? Hare Krishna. It works? I can say, if I can get the mic. See, long story cut short, I'll tell you quickly what it is. Like Krishna Sudhama were friends in Gurukul, correct, no? Like that Drona and Drupada were also Gurukul friends in some other Gurukul. And Drupada promised Drona. Drona is a Brahman. Drupada was a king's son. So Drupada told Drona that when I become the king, I'll give you half my kingdom. He told him. But then later on when he became the king, the Drona, his friend, went to the palace and said, you promised me that you'll give me half the kingdom, give me now. Like that he asked him. So Drupada became offended. You are asking as if it is your birthright? He called the minister and said, just give him a cow and send him away, he said. Then Drona became offended. Then he said, I'll take revenge. Then he later on sent the Pandavas headed by Arjuna to go and defeat Drupada, king, take away his kingdom, arrested him. Then he gave him half the kingdom and took half the kingdom. Then Drupada created a sacrificial fire and created Draupadi and Drishadyumna to defeat Drona. It went back and forth. Both of them got into a revengeful mood. Now you understand the context. Now what is the answer? Yeah, let us see. What does Krishna's behavior teach you as opposed to Drupada's behavior? Correct, no? So D, D is Krishna being Supreme Lord does not care for our social status or education or wealth or hypothesis, only touched by. Very correct. D is correct. See, Krishna proved to this world that he is the most loving father and friend of all living beings, and he cherishes relationship. Yes, C also is correct. Yeah. Yeah, Drupada was affected by prestige and status and did not want to entertain Drona into his palace. Yeah, that's also correct. Generally, people in particular economic status or political position do not entertain people of lesser category. That is also correct. Correct? So all are correct. All the four are correct. A, B, C, D. Yeah. How did Krishna wash Sudhama's feet? Okay, this is simply a silly question. It's a very simple question. It's an A. Yeah. He washed Sudhama's feet in a golden vessel with perfumed water. Okay. What amazed the courtmen, increasing their respect for Krishna? D. D is when they saw Krishna washing the feet of a poor Brahmana. See, when they saw the poor Brahmana wearing tattered clothes, how could he be friend of Krishna? These two things, correct. C and D were spoken, yeah, correct. A is correct. That is also amazing for us. But in the video which we saw, these two are mentioned specifically. Yes. When Krishna saw the packet of flattened rice and asked Sudhama, is it something for me? Why did Sudhama hesitate to say yes? Rather he was fumbling. What's the reason for that?
B.
Yes? B is correct, and D is Sudhama thought the flattened rice may be too hard for Krishna to digest. No. Sudhama thought that he could have brought something sweet. B is the answer. B. Because he thought it's too humble a gift. Because Krishna supplied him such opulent foods, he thought, I'm going to give him some simple flattened rice. It was not yeah. Krishna had opulent palaces, beautiful queens as wives, delicious foods, etc. Then why was Krishna interested in eating that flattened rice brought by Sudhama?
C and D.
Flattened rice Sudhama was cooked and sent lovingly, correct, and flattened rice Sudhama reminds Krishna. Perfect, C and D. Yeah, correct. What was Sudhama's thought about asking for wealth from Krishna before returning home?
I think D is the answer.
He has given me so much love and respect. How can I ask him for anything more? He thought like that, correct. That's the answer, yeah, correct. How did Sudhama's hut got replaced by such a great palace with servant and servant maids? Actually, although his wife was saying it came out of nowhere somehow, like that she said that, but that is not the fact that it came from nowhere. The answer is C. As Krishna ate morsels of flattened rice by Krishna's satisfaction and pleasure, the miraculous beautiful palace manifested, replete with all facilities, food, clothing, and servants. Yeah. The following statements you have to tick mark which is true. This pastime teaches us that we can offer little items like flattened rice to Krishna and get lots of wealth and facilities as Sudhama could do. Therefore, be pious. False. That's not the goal of the pastime. We learned that pure devotees like Sudhama, despite poverty, will not ask Krishna for anything. Still, Krishna provides for his devotees without their asking. True. Krishna's devotees may be poor in the beginning, but become rich by Krishna's mercy over a period of time. So one should not give up hope in Bhakti Yoga. False. See, Krishna knows whether to make you rich or false. Rich or poor. We should not bother about it. Our goal should be to do Bhakti Yoga properly. He knows. Sometimes you see one of your friends, passing out of your college, becomes an entrepreneur and becomes a millionaire and billionaire. Sometimes you find, isn't it? Within next 4-5 years, people become like that. Or somebody remains average. So we don't bother about that. We do bhakti and Krishna will decide what is best for us. Sudhama's wife was in great poverty. Therefore, as she intelligently sent Sudhama to fetch some wealth from Krishna, we should also take advantage in our life. False. Isn't it? Sudhama's wife was in great poverty. Still, she was eager to send some favorite item of Krishna, flattened rice. In this way, we should always think of Krishna's pleasure. True. Correct. Yes. So, Thank you all very much. You had a very nice, you found all the answers correct, all of you. Thank you very much. So now you got an idea about how the love works, as I was telling you. Pure love of God. Sudhama was a pure lover of God and Krishna was a pure lover of his devotees. There is a verse in the Bhagavatam where Lord says, I am in the heart of my devotees and devotees are in my heart. And I don't think of anything other than my devotees. And my devotees don't think of anything other than me, he says. There's a verse in which he says like that. So, the love of God for his devotee and devotees for God is the ultimate thing in the entire creation. There's nothing beyond that. And that pure love, if it is understood, then your dealings with all the other living beings, your seniors, your equals, your juniors, with other fellow beings, will also become influenced by that type of genuine love. It will not have an iota of selfishness. So that is where you feel fulfillment and you can have a sound sleep at night with no anxiety because you have no enemies. And you can spend your day with a cheerful mood, with full wisdom as well as cheerfulness. So this kind of knowledge about love of God helps you to lead a happy life now, and then at the end of your life you go back to that spiritual realm which is an abode of love. There all the living beings are pure living beings. They have no envy for one another. They only purely respect and love each other with God in the center. So one attains that place is called Vaikuntha. This world we call it as a Kuntha, the place of anxiety, and that is place of no anxiety. So I can reply. I generally will get reply in 1 week or so. I reply 40-50 mails a day daily. So this subject what we discussed is a very sublime subject which was taught to you today because you have been attending the classes for, I think, many classes you have attended. 5-6 classes you. So Gopal Pran Prabhu who gives you classes, he lives in Brooklyn Temple, ISKCON Brooklyn, and he comes here, and there is Sarvanga Sundar Prabhu, where is he? He is locally here, and our president of the local temple here is Anasya Mataji. She and her 2 daughters and her family is fully dedicated to keeping the center alive here. She gives classes on Sundays, and many students and many members of the congregation visit the temple. So all of you are very fortunate, you have this facility in your college, this is happening. My humble request to each of you here, you have 3 acquaintances. One is those who are your classmates, sitting in the same class with you, your friends. Then there may be people who are close to your accommodation, neighbors whom you may know, and you may have some blood relatives also in USA. So these are called as Swabandhu Mandal, we call it. Swabandhu Mandal means they are people connected to you, your acquaintances. Whatever you are receiving, the nice thing, my request to you is please kindly share with them. And if possible, you can also bring them to these classes. Then the more the number of students, merrier it would be. And they will learn and they will be eternally grateful to you for this knowledge, because this knowledge is the rarest knowledge and it ultimately goes to the core of your personality. Whereas the knowledge we study about, solids, liquids, gases, plasma and all these things, it is just for making, your livelihood, that's all. It doesn't teach you what is real life. So, if you introduce your friends, when they look back tomorrow, they will recognize what great gift you gave them. Please kindly introduce them. So I thank Anasya Mataji for giving me the opportunity. She had invited me to come here to Harrisburg to do this event today. And I pray that this event goes on and you all bring and increase the number. And what would be expected of you in the long run? Basically 5 things we inspire students to do. First is weekly once association, at least 1 hour in a week. Take out time for this. And B is Bhagavad Gita as it is. Please have a copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is. You all have it? Who all have a Bhagavad Gita as it is copy with you? Good. Many of you have it, yeah. If you don't have it, tell Anasya Mata, she will provide you from the temple. So take a copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada. Read 1 page a day. 1 page a day will take you 5 minutes. That's all. And C for chanting. With the japa beads, you have 108 manis in this. If you are going to chant all the 108, it takes you hardly 10 minutes only. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One money, just chant one mantra and sit down in one place peacefully in a park or in your room.
We can chant for 3 minutes or 4 minutes if you want.
Yeah. You can chant 3. Let them chant 3 times only. It doesn't take much. Together you can chant with me 3 times. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's all. It's very simple it is. So to chant one round takes you 10 minutes. Please do it. And fourthly, D for devotional diet, which is waiting for you behind. This kind of devotional diet is sanctified food. It is cooked with great affection by devotees, offered to Krishna. And then when you eat it, this kind of food is very purifying to the mind. Our mind has so many junk things which we have gathered from the outside world. Like I told you today about selfishness, envy, anger, greed, delusion, all those things. When you take prasad, it purifies your mind also. And the last one is E, stands for engagement in some voluntary service. So like cooking, Mataji has very few people who can come forward to help. She takes a lot of struggle. Sometimes her whole family does everything in the temple. And they work very hard. So if any of you have a holiday, you can go and help in cooking on the program day. She'll be very happy to welcome you. You can cut sabji, you can assist in cooking. That way, that's a voluntary service. So, or if you can help her distribute some books to your friends, reach the books to them, that's also a very great service. These are simple services. You don't have to take too much trouble. It doesn't involve too much time. So you always remember these 5 things. A for association. Once a week program, okay. B for which books? College books? Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, what you should do, I told you. How much I told you? Just 1 page a day, okay. And C for? How much I requested you? 1 round a day. How much time? 10 minutes it takes, okay. And D for? Devotional diet. Which is it's not very difficult to eat. If you come to temple daily, you can come and take also. You're welcome. Devotional diet. It's a sanctified diet. And E? Engaging in some voluntary service. Okay? So these 5 things are all spiritual items. You just add these beautiful items to your life and your life will become sublime. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Class always say that the class was supposed to be welcome areas. We can put our hands together again.
Also, our friend, he started the Bhakti Club here. He helped us. What's his good name?
Yeah, Tata.
Yeah. I remember coming last time when the club was started, he was the one who was very enthusiastic. This hall was full with students brought and the club was started. After that, I think Mataji has been going on regularly, right?
Thanks to Sri Gopal for his blessing.
Yeah.